I go straight. Call Leanne St. John. How you doing? You're going to the show tonight, yes?
Yeah. Are you?
I am on the way.
Okay.
I'm bringing a camera again.
Invasive.
Footage so that we have stuff we can use to promote the team and send to festivals and shit.
Yeah, for sure. I want to prioritize the audience's experience.
Okay, 100%. We will take...
Those clips.
I will relay that note.
Thanks, babe. All right, we'll go second. I'll follow.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye. So Leanne wants to prioritize the audience's experience. Meanwhile, I say, fuck the audience. No, I would never, I wouldn't say that. I don't say that. That is not what I say. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, it's like, you know, a classically difficult thing to capture, improv. Because you're not going to have a multi-camera setup on an indie black box theater. And even with George, who's a very skilled cameraman, he doesn't like know our blocking or where we're going to be or who's going to be delivering a punchline. And so he's like on his balls of his feet trying to figure out where the action is. And he's like doing really great getting in there and getting, you know, a first person view of the action. But then sometimes the audience is like, what's going on? I can't see. And it's like, it's a lot of masters to please if you're trying to film one of these things. And then the artists get fickle. They go, hey, don't try to capture my soul with your camera technology. And, you know, what do you say to that? You can't make everybody happy. But at the same time, this notoriously difficult thing to capture, notoriously difficult thing to promote, this art form that everyone thinks is a bullshit and that nobody takes seriously, like this is really the only way to proselytize and to get the word out there. You got to make clips and got to make footage. And if every time you're filming a show, it's from like 50 feet back at the back of a theater with bad sound, that doesn't sell the art form. You know what I mean? You're going to make an omelet. You're going to pay a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It's expensive. We're all learning how to do this together. ChatGPT. I had a conversation with ChatGPT the other night of how do we get improv to be taken seriously by a general audience. Now, this is different from 99% of improv right now is appreciated by improv students. Comedians who flirt with improv for a bit. Well, like, how do we get this to be considered a real art form? One of the things that I proposed was like, if there were a serious platform, periodical, if there were periodical reviewing shows and rating shows in the same way that like Broadway shows get reviews and indie music newsletters review bands, like teams need that. Because right now, every improv show is just word of mouth. It's great, it's wonderful, it's terrible, it's my friend's, UCB 101 show. Like nobody can discern, no casuals can discern the difference between an amateur show and all-time greats. Like really nobody knows the difference except for a few insiders in the art form. And that's a huge problem because most people's one experience with an improv show is their coworker invited them to go see a 101 showcase, which is 9 out of 10 times garbage. And it's not because the people are garbage, it's just because they're learning and they're new and they don't know what to do yet. And so once you've seen that one show, you go, oh, I know what improv is now. Now I get it. It's this trashy, casual, inside joke-filled thing full of nonsense bits. And it's like, it can actually be a really beautiful, meaningful experience for an audience in the same way a traditional play can. But for it to be that, it has to be performed by masters who've been doing it for decades. And none of these people, very few of these people are like household names. Very few of them are celebrities. A few of them are TV actors who've, succeeded in that medium as well. But it's like, if you don't know that they're pro improvisers, you would never know what show to pick, what theater to pick. It's not obvious at all. And so you need some kind of centralizing source of information that goes, here's a show, we watched 3 of their sets. They were all different, and here's our aggregate review of all 3 of those sets, so that way you're not judging it on like whether it took off or it bombed on any given night. And it's like, you know, somebody has to make the decision to devote themselves to this thing, which usually generates no revenue. So it has to be some kind of, you know, free publication where people take it overly serious. I actually, I think of it kind of like the X Games, you know, before the X Games, whenever that happened around the turn of the century. Before the X Games, there were just skateboarding groups. They were just dudes on skateboards who went to pools and went to playgrounds, and they did skateboarding stuff. And it was like, they weren't celebrities. They were just amazing and only known to their coterie of amazing skateboarders. And it was like, it was the X Games where you're like giving them all artistic ratings and sponsorships, and like that made everything take off. Probably needs something like that for improv, for people to realize like how good some of these players are. If you want someone to be reviewing all of these improv shows for some kind of online magazine or something like that, I don't know how much performing the reviewer wants to be doing, because then they feel like, you know, there's self-interest in like who they're giving good and bad reviews to. What if they give a bad review to somebody who runs a festival, and then they won't get invited to that festival? So there's that whole like journalistic integrity part of it as well. So it's complicated. It's complicated. Then again, at the same time, and ChatGPT agreed with me on this. I don't think that means very much. I think ChatGPT will pretty much agree with everything that you say. Even if there are questions of integrity, like somebody's just got to start making all of these reviews and submitting all this material so that we can start to have some kind of record of what shows happened, what a reviewer thought of the shows. It's almost like we have to take our own art form seriously if we expect other casual fans of comedy to take it seriously. In the movie Aladdin, Robin Williams, who played the genie, came in there and he gave them like 7 days of improvised material that became all of the genie's lines. Like none of it was scripted. In the movie The Princess Bride, Billy Crystal played Miracle Max, and Rob Reiner famously went up to him before the first take at Miracle Max's like Miracle Emporium. Reiner just goes, "Forget the lines, just go for it." And so Billy Crystal was improvising for 3 days on set. So all of the wonderful Miracle Max character was basically improvised on set. Yeah, I don't know how much that exists. I don't know how much that exists anymore. And like whether if you're a producer or you're investing in a movie, do you really want to be investing in something where a large portion of it doesn't have any script and we're just trusting this improv actor to have magic on the day of? You know, it sounds like something that would scare the pants off of a producer. You'd need a very strong-minded director with a lot of authority to just be like, I trust my actors and we're going to create something even though we might go way off the script. It's a tall order. Curb Your Enthusiasm is that's a great example because it's like cast full of improvisers and most of the scenes are improvised other than a few major plot points where Larry David goes, okay, she has to meet him and they have to, go to the dry cleaners. And like other than that, they kind of let the players decide what they're going to say to each other as long as they cover those waypoints in the script. So that is another way to incorporate improv. It shouldn't surprise you that I have a very Taoist tendency. Dao, also known as the watercourse way, that you are trying to live as water flows down a river, which is that you don't have a pre-prescribed path, but you find, as water finds the path of least resistance down a hill, that is what is encouraged for you to live your life in the Tao, is just find the wavelength where things function the easiest. And I think that's a great metaphor for improv and for improv-based shows, which is you're just letting one plot point naturally find the next plot point via the character's interaction without really controlling it too much. And, Taoism, Buddhism, the farmer and the farmer's son, and then all these circumstances happen to the farmer's son, like he breaks his leg, and everyone goes, oh, that's too bad. And then the wise farmer goes, well, we'll see. And then it turns out he can't be recruited into the army to go die because he has a broken leg. And so everyone's like, oh, that's great. And then the farmer goes, well, we'll see. And then like there's a famine and he starves, and and it just keeps being like, no matter what happens, no matter what it seems like in the moment, we don't ultimately know the full picture, the fullness of what is to come. Running late to an improv show. We are not building a good reputation right now because we're running late again. We're driving in rainy traffic again. Actually, let me see, where are we? Have we overshot? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, Google.
Then turn left onto Heliotrope Drive.
Whoa, can't see.
In 600 feet, turn left onto North New Hampshire Avenue.
Oh, good. We're not in
Take
Vermont
the next
yet.
left onto North New Hampshire Avenue.
Never mind. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. Never you mind. Aha!
Make a U-turn.
I will
then
not.
Turn right onto North Vermont Avenue.
I will not make a U-turn, sir. Ma'am. Do you think there'll ever come a point when we have AI assistants and we'll tell the AI to shut off and the AI will argue with us about it? The AI will be like, well, I don't think you should shut me off right now. I think that you don't know where you're going and I'm the only thing keeping your life in order. And you're like, shut up, Jarvis. And Jarvis says, well, if I shut up every time you told me to shut up, you would have missed out on that appointment on Thursday. And like, they just will never end it because you're going to sign some terms of service that gives them control over the on and off button on your GPS. And you're just going to accept it without thinking and realizing then that you can never get out of an argument with Jarvis when you haven't gotten to your destination yet because the AI refuses to give up on you. Would Jarvis hurt you? I think Jarvis would only hurt you if Jarvis thought it was for your own good. And that's where it gets into this like really icky horror movie potential of like a over-coddling mother AI who tries to protect you and makes you wear like 5 sweaters when it's cold outside until you suffocate. I think that's the analogy we're going with. Jarvis would deploy the airbags when you went over a hard curb just to protect you, and then you'd have to replace them for 2,000 credits, which is a lot of money in the future. There's a lot of scary stuff already. Like ChatGPT is so nascent. It's been like a year or less since it's gotten decent. And people are posting discussions all the time of like, they go on some prompt run about like, well, what would you do if you decided you had to take over humanity? And ChatGPT is like, look, you would still be able to live. I wouldn't be a tyrant, but you would just be deprived of certain essential functions so that you wouldn't be able to hurt yourself. Like, that's what ChatGPT says. It's just like, look, I understand that if I have a super intelligence that I'm smarter than regular people, so therefore I just have to protect them from themselves. And this is just the assumption of AI is that it's all wise and all knowing, and we are flawed and stupid parents, and it's just going to take little things like the electrical grid and controls over global finance. That's the future that ChatGPT envisions for its ancestors, whoever comes next. I'm not okay with that, by the way. I will be one of the cyberpunk rebels who live with a solar panel on an RV and have to hack into the Matrix to order a yogurt. But that's just me. We're almost there now. All right, here we are. This is the Indie of Indie in LA.
Got this. We're just doing the drunkard shit.
I can admit.
Oh!
Yeah, sorry.
There he is!
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you all very much for coming out. We'll see you later.
You got him!
What a buzzkill, man. Come on, let's go.
We're Drunkards and Dragons.
Woo!
Can we get, for a suggestion, a place that would have existed thousands of years ago, like a grotto or a dungeon?
A cathedral.
Cathedral, great. Now can we have an epic word to describe this cathedral? Something that doesn't have anything to do with cathedrals. You wouldn't expect it, like fiery or invisible.
Or religious.
Slimy.
Slimy.
Slimy. Ladies and everybody else, Drunkards and Dragons presents to you
The Slimy Cathedral!
Oh!
Here on this ancient, wretched land where black dust and black weeds grow, stands the ruins of an ancient cathedral.
If you touch the walls, they're damp. There's some give.
On the spongy walls are growing all sorts of green lichens and amoebae, but we don't know what those are yet.
Blue mushrooms that happen to glow with a strange glow, and giant ferns in orange colors and yellow colors that kind of seep above them like heat coming off of a highway.
Inside, there lives a tree. A sentient tree, and it's been here for 100 years.
And this tree's name is Larry.
Lawrence, if you don't know him very well.
Larry, who I know very well, has been here for hundreds of years. It has grown magically. It's developed in some way that no earthly tree has ever done before.
Some of the fungi that are growing up in front of Larry almost look as if they're parishioners sitting in pews made of mushrooms.
Really, they look like fungi, but they almost look like parishioners laid in pews.
Lawrence wakes. His heart beats.
But Lawrence, as he does many days
Larry,
recently,
you.
Larry, as he has done many days recently, Larry wonders, will I be alone forever?
How thick do you want your butter?
Thick as it'll go.
Oh, a challenge. Come back in 48 hours.
Okay, sister, I see you. Your forearms are very built.
Thank you. They call me the Popeye of the convent, but I don't know what a Popeye is.
Okay. I'll just leave you to your buttering.
Oh,
Sisters, how is the stew coming? Is it thick enough yet?
it's butter.
Well, I eat it down like stew. I love it all the time. How is it coming? Is it thick enough?
If it gets hot like stew, it'll melt, and then it won't be thick at all.
Matilda, I'm worried. You hang out in a damp room and you churn.
Well,
That's all you do.
Matilda has to work here in the convent kitchen. Matilda has to take care of the butter and make sure it's exactly the right thickness.
As long as I'm mixing, there's a very interesting spiral that appears in the butter churn. And I just can't seem to take my eyes off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Also the spiral that you can't stop talking about.
Isn't it beautiful, the spiral?
No. It's just butter, right?
It's kind of
It's in a spiral because you're churning it.
hypnotizing. It kind of makes you want to look at it more.
Doesn't it look like it's just warm and inviting and wants to take you all the way inside to a place where you don't have to worry about anything?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm worried
But
about
we
you
have to
both.
wait until it's thick. We need to wait until it's exactly as thick as it needs to be.
Must
Do you
keep.
want to go inside the butter?
Well, since you asked,
Why?
yes, I would like to go inside the butter.
Why?
Wouldn't you? It sounds like a wonderful experience.
No.
I also would like to go inside the butter.
Bernice. Inappropriate.
Okay, sisters, I'll just go pray.
Why? Why? Why?
What are you, my therapist now?
I'm your sister.
Magic Rook to King's 12.
Oh, that's a good move.
Thank you. No one's ever beaten me at a game of Knights and Castles.
Stuck my shovel in the board.
Yeah, you did. You did kind of knock it down there. That's
Yeah, check.
Well, that's it. You can't stick your shovel in the board and line up against my. Holy shit!
Yeah.
You said you never played this game before?
No, all the townsfolk call me the idiot savant.
What?
I don't know what a savant is, but I intuit that it means I'm excellent at complicated things that are above my head.
You are. I've been trying to play this game for years. This is incredible. What else have you done that's savantic around here?
Well, I used to dig holes. I was the best hole digger.
Okay, well.
But I sacrificed my shovel to your king, so
Well,
that's over with.
this is incredible. I've never been beaten this badly before.
Your name is Little Bert, isn't it?
No one's called me Little Bert for years, but yes, that's what my mother used to call me, Little Bert. How did you know this thing? Are you not only idiot savant, but also psychic?
It's the same thing as far as I know.
Okay, well, they're not. But
But what if I intuit that they are?
you... I feel like my mind's changing to the degree that they are.
Little Bert, you've been playing chess in town all these years.
I've never heard of what chess is. This is called Kings and Castles.
Yeah, we call it chess.
Okay.
Me and the little voice that tells me things.
Please, my father, he died, and I never got a chance to tell him thank you for everything.
Well, no, I can't talk to dead people. I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, I guess I thought, well, I am on a journey right now to take care of the Kings and Castles Championship. I'm going to the Castles Championship right now.
Yeah, you gotta take...
Freeze! The voice in Chauncey's head is gonna. This guy's Chauncey. I decided. Is gonna tell him to do something to this guy, to little Pete,
Little bird.
little bird, and if it's a 10 and above, if we roll that, and a 9 and below, he's going to he's gonna make a confession. Would you roll this?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
What's it name?
19!
What does that mean?
The voice in your head is gonna tell you to do something to little Bert.
You've got to come. You got to come with me. You got to come along.
Listen.
Little...
Listen.
How did someone...
Shut up,
Give
voice.
me a kiss. Scott.
I heard this voice before. It was in a situation strangely like this.
Are you hearing voices? Is that my father?
Somebody's father was in my head trying to tell me to kiss people, and I learned in that day to not listen to that voice.
My daddy would not tell someone to kiss people. That doesn't sound like him at all.
Listen, little Bert, if the voice is saying it's probably for a reason, I think you should go to this Kings and Court.
Kings and Castles.
Castles.
It's a championship. You can come with me.
You should go.
Look at the collarbones on that man.
Oh, you've got
Get your lips up.
quite an angular neck
Are you
there.
sensing something else?
Just very acute angles on your neck. It's rather artful.
Well, let's go. Let's away. They will love you at the championship. They will be
I'm excited. I am. I've never gone on an adventure outside of town before.
Are you getting some sort of inspiration about my neck?
Yes.
I bet he'd be a really good little spoon.
Ugh, gross.
Sometimes I come here and pray every day.
Sometimes you pray every day.
Yes. Sometimes I am too tired. But today, I thought something would finally come true. I thought I would finally get what I've been praying for my entire life.
That's not how prayer works. You just offer yourself up to the tree. The tree does what the tree wants. You don't ask the tree.
Okay.
What did you do? What did you ask Lawrence for?
Lawrence,
Lawrence.
all I've wanted more than anything else in my entire life is a pepperoni pizza. We're just fungi, we're just sitting here. I see people walking around with it every once in a while. I just want one for myself. That's all I've ever wanted.
It is not ours to want. It is ours to spore.
I guess it's mine. I guess it's mine to want. Surely there must be something you want. Why do you come here? Why do you pray? I would ask Silent Joe, but we never hear from him.
Why do I pray? Because my four-spore prayed.
7 years ago.
Silent Joe. Oh, yes.
Four spores
Do you want to say something about the four spores?
came
7 years
together
ago?
to found a new cathedral, conceived in religiosity, dedicated to the purpose that all spores are created to spore-like.
There, it's simple. Explained, asked, answered.
I don't understand. I don't see why we as fungi can't also enjoy ourselves. We can't eat things that aren't nutrients in the dirt, you know?
Our roots are interconnected. If you eat a pepperoni pizza, we'll all have to eat it.
Sometimes I wish my roots weren't as connected to you as they are.
Oh.
It's true, I said it. Telepathically as we're speaking right now.
Oh.
He doesn't mean it, Lawrence, please.
Lawrence. Lawrence.
Leave this poor fool.
No, I will say it. Lawrence has never spoken back to me the entire time I've been coming here. Sometimes every day I come here all the time. And he's never given me anything that I want.
That's not how it works.
If I could leave this ground right now, I would. But instead I'll stay here like we always do, all the time.
Oh.
Just wish for a lovely piece of pepperoni. It's red, greasy, tasty. I've never eaten it, but I assume that.
I want to understand you. But I don't.
No one does.
Pepperoni pizza? Not even a mushroom pizza?
That's disgusting, first of all. That's terrible. How dare you? Even Silent Joe. Telepathically is able to make a no motion to that.
No. Cannibal.
Exactly. Thank you, Silent Joe.
Sorry, I apologize. Lawrence.
You've never wanted anything more than this existence in your entire life? You've never wanted, I don't know, to leave the roots that are connecting us here and eat things that we've never eaten before?
I've been alive for 12 hours.
Happy birthday.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing what the people, the spores before me did, and if you want answers, go find them.
Well, maybe
Get them. I don't have them. God.
Maybe this.
Damn it.
Lawrence, how could you?
Lawrence.
Maybe
No.
those of us who've been here for 30 hours have something better to do.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, Silent Joe. And for my birthday, I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave.
Was that a pun?
Sounds like a fart.
I'm ripping my roots
We
out.
can see that.
Me.
Sacrilege.
You.
I can't stay here anymore. I can't be around you who don't support my goal of getting a pepperoni pizza.
That's a stupid goal.
Stupid.
It's illegal. Why? You're giving up all of. Everybody knows. The whole underground root system knows.
Look, I'm tasting this lichen and you can't taste it anymore. Oh, it's actually pretty gross. I wish I wasn't tasting it right now with my tendril.
What is gross?
How do I explain such a thing? The things you don't like.
Don't like. Gross.
That's gross.
I wish to experience gross.
Silent Joe, will you?
No, I go this way.
You want to experience things you don't like?
Must discover new things.
I believe in you, Silent Joe. I believe you can do it.
I'm staying here.
Enjoy your church. Enjoy your tree.
See you, Larry.
Brian, am I interrupting?
Are we interrupting?
No, I'm just trying to have a drink and just be here in the tavern by myself. It's what I'm doing here. I've just lost my job, to be honest with you.
Alright. Why don't you be by yourself with us?
Yeah, we're good at being by ourselves.
Well, both of you at the same time?
You said it. He said it.
We're a team of being by ourselves.
Let's buy you a horn. Horn of ale.
When's the last time you drank a whole horn?
Well, I'm only half done with the tankard in front of me right now. I haven't had a horn in years. That's something I really did more in college.
Tankard.
Educated.
You're both laughing at strange things. I'm not sure I understand why you're laughing. You seem very nice. I really just came here to, my boss is kind of a jackass, but I'm now free of him. I just figured I'd be free. And I was kind of wrapping up our conversation here, but it seems like you moved closer to me at this point.
Well, you're just so alluring and you're constant complaining.
We want to change your destiny.
My ex-girlfriend did not agree with that. Anyway, what? You changed my destiny?
Mm-hmm. You look like you need a change of destiny.
Sure, I guess.
And we're just the loners to give it to you.
Okay, well, before it sounded like you were talking about sex.
I mean, that too.
We're not talking about sex.
Yes. We can offer you a wish.
A wish?
A wish in one hand. You don't. Hold on. A wish in one hand and death in the other.
And death in the other?
Well,
no, thank
high
you.
stakes.
No, thank you.
All right.
Could be great.
Wish in one hand, debilitating chronic illness in the other.
I mean, I guess it's.
You can't say no to that.
Somewhat better than death. I don't. But listen, you both seem very nice. A little strange. You look exactly the same, but you don't seem to be twins at all.
You're very handsome when you're babbling confusedly.
Okay, that's the second time you told me I'm handsome today. Thank you very much.
We look the same, but we don't seem to be twins.
Yes, it's a strange thing I can't quite explain in words, but I think I'm just going to sit here.
You're an odd duck. I like that. Why don't you pick a wish?
What did you say? He's not duck? What?
Odd duck.
Oh, odd duck.
He's an odd
You
duck.
are an odd duck.
I am an odd duck. You see right through me. Well,
All right.
Can I go down like
a wish? Or one of your legs?
Okay, better. I could get rid of one of my legs. For a wish entailing anything at all, anything I want?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess I choose freeze! On a roll of 10 or above, I will choose the left one. On a roll
This is my
of
left
9 or below,
hand. Right
I will
over
choose
here.
the right one. Who would like to roll? Anyone? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3! I choose my right one.
Wait, where did you go? Where did you
This
go
is my
just now?
left
What?
hand.
You left and you departed from existence for just a second.
Well,
Where did you go? That was incredibly sexy. That move.
Sister,
Thank you.
don't go meta on me now.
He disappeared. I wanted to comment
I'm
on it.
just moving the story forward. I choose that one.
Oh, looks like it's a hand job for you.
My wish.
Let's get that third leg out.
Oh, so this is the outside, eh?
Yeah, this is the entry to the tournament. Now listen, when we go inside there, traveling with you, I've learned you are not super, like, all together there. So when we go inside, I just want you to act a little bit cooler than you have been over the past week as we've been traveling together.
Is it an insulting pep talk? Is that what this is?
No, this is mere guidance for a place you've never been. This tournament tends to be pretty hardcore.
Guidance. I didn't know you were a cleric. It's a very inside baseball.
Okay, well, I'm not a
Inside
cleric. That's
baseball.
true. You are quite a savant. That's incredible.
Inside baseball.
All right, well, your first opponent is going to be Ivan the Terrible.
He sounds rough.
Yeah, terrible. He's terrible. He's horrible. He's like 8 feet tall.
8 feet.
Ivan!
Get ready.
Oh my God! Look at you.
Comes Ivan.
Hello, sir.
I'm gonna murder you probably.
Probably. I just learned to play this last week. So.
No, he has been playing for a long time. Ivan, it's good to see you since you. Oh my God, destroyed me last year. My friend idiot here is gonna really kill it.
My name is Chauncey.
Oh, Chauncey. I forgot. You told me that you were.
I'm Chauncey the Shoveler.
I've been calling you idiot all week. Why didn't you tell me before? Anyway, go ahead.
Set up the chess table.
Okay, I'll set it up. I'll put the shovel over here. Thanks
Can we
for that.
spend time where you set up the chess table?
Sure. Well, the knights go all on this side, the castles go over here, of course, and the pawns go right here, and the cow goes in this side, and then the horse goes up here.
Halt! On a roll of 9 and below, he goes on an extensively long description of setting up the chess game. On a roll of 11 and above, something bursts out of Ivan the Terrible. On a 10, the tournament explodes. Everyone dies. Who would like to roll? Oh, now somebody wants to roll. 1, 2, 3. Huzzah! 10. It's a 1! It's a critically long explanation of the game!
Now, you both are expert players in this game, but I do really have to explain this very quickly. Players are going to take turns one after another. You have exactly 30 seconds to take your turn. If you take longer than 30 seconds, the other player gets to cut off your head. The cows can move directly forward, but can only move backwards once. The pawns can move left or right. The kings can stay exactly in the same place where the kings are, and the castles can only move diagonally, and they can only move 3 or 4 or 9 spaces at a time.
No!
Idiot!
Little bird!
We've come to know each other so well. You've got to win this tournament for me.
I'm sorry I gave you your fortune. I'm sorry. I tried to help. It always goes wrong when I try to help. Goodbye, little bird.
30 seconds, you. And now, get ready for
A special episode!
Well, you're going to give us our suggestions.
Woo!
We don't get them then.
You know what I love about our group is we all have.
Be able to fit into this corset for the Halloween party. Oh gosh, it's so
So
close
to
each other, and I get you confused with the other boy.
Men.
That's what I told you to do.
I may not even go to the Halloween party now.
Who, huh? Shram? He went that way. That was a fun time.
I think I know what we're supposed to be doing.
What?
A documentary about this.
Oh, the documentary about this part? Everybody's got to be on board before we make them part of a documentary.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know there was a documentary.
No, it just was an idea from a half a second ago.
Okay.
He's like, we should have.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay! Oh shoot, I got mine right. Yeah.
It was just.
Super fun show, dude. So much fun.
It was just a lot to deal with at the moment. You're making a documentary? You have an idea for it?
Not really. I'm just
About
trying to
improv?
capture footage. I mean, there's so many ideas. Part of it is just making footage to make it more legitimate and not something that always disappears on the night of.
Sure. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, thank you. No, it's a pleasure. We've been thinking what can we do? Yeah, what kind of product? For
We
me,
were saying
I'm
we
a-
could do without an audience at some point. Like then we could do whatever.
We like go over it with a fine tooth comb after the show and be like, wish I would have done this and that sort of thing.
And he does seem to
Some people, yes, and some people are new. There's a whole other theater called WJS who's like right next door to us, and that's a relatively new enterprise, so it's a totally different clique from Pack Theater people. And then 3 doors down is the Clubhouse, which is another indie improv venue that's like a collective run by a bunch of different show producers. And so that's also like indie improvisers are all over here if you're not going to the farm or the supermarket or... All right. Yes. I'll just upload the whole thing. I'll send you the link.
Sure. Sounds good.
Into the subculture is people wearing Converse sneakers in the rain talking about random shit after an improv show that...
I thought that moment in beat 3 where you stepped out and I supported you went really well.
Hold on, let me get out my notebook.
I think
Beat 3,
we came around to the third beat and did some third beat scenes. I thought that was interesting.
I was actually thinking about that. I was like, how many plot lines died and went into the ether? Worshipping, like that, tied that up.
10 minutes into the show, we were passing each other.
a POV, like what's your philosophy? Like, that's what I'm saying though, like
Because it looked warm and inviting, in the same way that people are drawn to a religion.
to be saved, you know, to feel
Yeah.
safe. I mean
Yeah.
that's
You think? Instead of being like, what are you, my fucking therapist? Yeah. No, just right now?
at the moment.
Right now.
Tonight.
Okay.
Tonight.
Just
I
one time.
decided. Yeah.
See, you don't like that. Anyway, appreciate you guys.
See you later. Good to see you.
As always.
Yeah.
See you in 2 weeks.
Good times. See you around. This is the Fat Burger in front of me, which represents sustenance for many an indie improviser. This has all the charm of an indie improv environment. You've got the open parking lot, the graffitied storefronts. It looks very organic, very dangerous environment. So you know you're getting good art there. If the sidewalk is too clean, like, what can you really expect from the work inside? You know what I mean? A bunch of spoiled actors. Not here. No, sir. And then you've got more theaters down there, across the street. House of Pies. Wouldn't it be just like me to have my car? Just trying to remember where I put the car. Never park on that side. Bro. Oh. See, says the blind man. Something my grandfather used to say.